Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, I'm SocioPsycho, and this is StarCraft 2 Wings of Liberty on Brutal Mission 18. Let's get right to it.
The decrypted adjutant contains records proving Mengsk ordered the massacre on Tarsonis. Now we just need to broadcast those records. Mirahan gave us a tip that might help. The Dominion is unveiling a new war machine called the Odin on Korhal. If we hijack the Odin, we can use it to gain access to the UNN studios and broadcast the records of Mengsk's war crimes. The Odin is currently in the testing facility on Valhalla.
Our team's in position. We're ready to steal the Odin. Are you absolutely sure about this, sir?
Yep. Tychus is definitely our best man for this kind of job. He does get a little excited in combat. We're gonna need to keep up with him once the fighting starts.
If he can actually commandeer the Odin, it's vital that we take out all the Dominion bases in the area. Hopefully we can block all transmissions long enough for him to do that. We can't risk word of this getting back to Korhal.
How much do we know about this Odin?
It's an experimental super heavy siege walker designed for prolonged frontline combat. Very powerful.
Great. Even Tychus can't wreck it then.
Here they go.
Go, go, go!
So here we have to deal with Tychus and his, what's the right word for this? Overzealousness? Probably be a close one.
Who wants some? Orders received. This ain't a stealth mission anymore, ladies. Bring it loud and fast.
I do like how it keeps it synchronized. In the fact that you can't control Tychus, so while we progress through here, he's gonna run up and do his own thing, which may lead to the risk of him dying.
You seem to have found something very interesting there. If you can bring me a sample in the lab, that would be great.
Oh, you ain't keeping me from that monster. Sure. Oh, yeah.
Tychus is just running right up there. Hopefully this medic can heal him.
Gangway.
He's a strong little bastard. I think we're doing okay so far.
Hot damn. I can't wait to get inside that thing and tear this place up.
Hold your position, Tychus. Let us get a support force up there to cover you.
Now that's what I'm talking about.
Damn it, Tychus. Stand down. Can you read me?
He's got it stuck on transmit, sir. He can't hear us at all. Defenses are coming online at the Dominion bases.
Wonderful. Get our base set up ASAP. We'll just have to follow him in and hope he doesn't get too crazy. I hope I'm kidding.
So again, the hardest part in this mission is sort of a time crunch that you have, because Tychus will run off and sort of do his own thing, and you need to repair him. As you can see, the Odin life bar in the middle of the screen. If we lose the Odin, we lose the mission pretty much. The bonus samples are pretty easy to get. They'll be around the map as we progress forward. First thing we want to do is just get up some workers to get some income progression.
We hear you.
Sir, I'm picking up Dominion battle cruisers on an intercept course with the Odin.
Hey, Hotshot, you want these Wraith fighters now? They'll take down a battlecruiser easy. You can build more at a starport.
Are being attacked.
We will need to build some bunkers for defense, because our base will get attacked, and as there are multiple enemy bases on the map, we will need to rotate and expand our bunker defense just for base defense in its base necessity for the basics of survival. Basically, that's pretty much how it's gonna go down.
So what's the plan now, Commander? Trash them bases, right? Jimmy? Partner? Can you hear me? Yo! Well, if you ain't gonna tell me not to have a little fun, I'm gonna have a little fun. Oh, here I go.
Our allies are being attacked.
You want some of this? Boom.
So for this first base, we should not have to really worry about him dying. Even on Brutal, it's the very first base. He'll be able to handle it without too much issues. We can work on getting our defense up, getting some upgrades for our army, and then eventually moving forward to help support him. We're going to get out some science vessels. While they don't heal as fast as SCVs, they're continuous and they're harder to kill. So having something that can't be killed by tanks and something that is continuous heal is better than nothing, or the waste of money in sending 5 or 6 SCVs to their death.
Been waiting on you. Go ahead.
I believe there are 5 bases.
Our allies are being attacked.
Kind of swings around.
Armed and ready. Looking forward to it. SCV ready. It's your time.
Our allies are being
Majority of the threat is now gone in the first base, so we sent up a SCV to just
Gotcha.
start on repairs because we don't
attacked.
have our
SCVs
science vessels out.
are under attack. Our allies are being attacked. Not enough minerals.
SCV ready. Go, go, go. Man, I need SCVs to fix some of this damage. Starting to feel a mite sluggish.
Does he always talk this much, sir?
Yep, once you get him in a fight, he never shuts up.
Well, now that's done with. I'm gonna take me a little break. Good thing I brought me some liquid refreshment. SCV ready. Ready to roll.
So in case you're wondering, while he's stopped right now, if it's possible to put up some buildings or something in order to make him get stuck on pathing or go another way, you can't do it.
Base is under attack.
Now that hit the spot. There's nothing like knocking back a cold one on top of your enemy's smoking corpses.
He eventually, for about 10 seconds, he will actually get confused. But after that time period, he'll kind of phase through whatever is in his way, obstructing his progression, and he'll go back on his normal track.
I can't wait no longer. Here it comes.
Now, while that's a little unfortunate because you can't manipulate the system, at the same time, it's a good countermeasure to prevent a blip in the system to where he would get stuck on a rock or some sort of obstruction that could ruin potentially the mission. We did get some tanks out, and tanks are very important because the majority of damage it's going to do as Odin in is all the ground forces. So we get our tanks up there to throw down some additional artillery fire, and he should be able to pick this mess up. But we are getting pretty low. We got that one SCV, but he just got wiped out. And we do have our science vessels out now, so science vessels should be able to get up there and put up some additional heals, but like I said, they are pretty slow. But something is better than nothing.
SCV ready. Okay. Flashy red button. B2. Yeah. Boom, baby. Damn. Oh, that is hot.
So even if he doesn't get engaged, we have those tanks now offering the artillery support.
What's our target? SCV ready.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Go ahead. Yo. Yep. I'm in deep.
Base is under attack.
You want a piece of me, boy? Ah! You scared me! Well, butter my biscuit. Move it! Reckon you boys will need some time to catch up. Good old Tychus be right here taking it easy.
Shred! Hey,
Just wake me up when y'all ready. I reckon a small nuke ought to do it.
I have no idea what that is. Can you bring me a sample in the lab? Maybe something good will come of it.
The first, or actually the second base, is probably going to be the hardest for you on Brutal because of the fact that you don't really have much to defend them with yet, and if you just rush in with a bunch of SCVs, they'll kill the SCVs. We've been over this in multiple missions upon where if the SCVs are trying to repair something, good chance that the opponent will just kill the SCVs rather than continuously fighting against the target in question.
Complete. Add-on
Putting up the
complete.
bunkers this far will give us a little bit more momentum. As you've seen, we'll be able to hold off and support incoming attacks and Tychus.
Not enough minerals.
Come on, Jimmy. We got heads to break.
Not enough minerals.
What's our target? This is gonna hurt you a lot more than it's gonna hurt me. I'm in deep. You want some of this? FCV ready.
Add-on complete.
Give us time to kick ass and chew bubble gum. With the gear.
We have more tanks now and a few more science vessels, so when Tychus decides to rush up, we should be a little bit more covered, and we have plenty more science vessels coming out just in case.
FCV ready. Been waiting on you.
I think the biggest issue still is any air, because the fours are weak to air.
Explorer reporting.
It's good to have the tanks split up in different groups and we push them forward one by one, moving up our marine armies in hopes to deal with that battle cruiser actually.
I see your little guys running around down there, Jimmy. They look like ants.
We don't have much anti-air, we only have 2 Wraiths. But as I said, if you can deal with 1 or 2 straggling air,
What's going on? Boom, baby.
it's really the continuous
Bad news?
majority of ground forces that we'll do in. It's a refreshing pace to be fighting against Terran, where we've been relatively fighting against Protoss for the last couple of missions. We will require to remove old bunkers and move down into this new bunker position. We don't need to worry about these bunkers up here anymore because the enemy base has been wiped out. So we can salvage both of these and start protection area in the next location.
Three bases down. Maybe the convict has his uses after all.
You know, I think I'll take me another breather. You better get some backup ready for me, Jimmy.
As I said, the key opponent here is siege tanks. If you have siege tanks and you can handle majority of everything else, okay.
This better be good. You got it. Armed and ready. You reckon these Dominion boys will put up a fight this time? I ain't barely broke a sweat. Bad news?
Now why I'm building a bunker down here is because when you get to this point, the enemy base will transition from the direction they are attacking you, and the last enemy base is an air base, and they're right to the south, so they'll launch right up an attack on your base's flank, so building a bunker in the south is important.
The doctor is in.
Want a piece of me, boy?
While I am a little frustrated that I lost a tank, at least we get rid of a battle cruiser before we eventually head into a main battle.
Here we go. I'm hitting my stride now.
Need something blown up? I'll give it my best shot. Affirmative!
Receiving headquarters.
Mineral field depleted.
I was looking for sort of a guard mentality because for some reason my science vessels don't want to keep on the butt of the Odin.
Need something blown up?
Additional supply depots required.
I'm going.
Gotcha.
Our allies are being attacked.
That's fine. This better be good.
The Odin may be getting low, but I'm not worried about it just yet. We're still doing okay. It's just the anti-air, and we have SCVs coming right up here to sort of deal with this.
Armed and ready. You want
Mineral field depleted.
I can't wait to dig into that. Scientifically, I mean. I'm not going to eat it.
Definitely.
So there's also the bonus objective of Destroy Loki, which is a enemy
bad news?
capital ship of sorts.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Ah! You scared me!
We'll deal with that with Marines pretty simply. But once we get up here and clear out some of this more high ground, we're going to set up some bunkers and control this territory, thus having a strategic advancement and placement of our troops. We don't want to overcommit here and get what we have achieved thus far with an army just massacred. We're going to be a little smart and cautious.
Sure thing. Move it. Jordan. Been waiting on you.
You rang? The doctor is in.
Greetings, Command. Commencing.
Our allies are being attacked.
This is gonna hurt you a lot more than it's gonna hurt me.
Taking this high ground and putting up entrenchments on it
Bad news?
will guard us from being attacked from the south base.
Here. You want some of this? In the rear with the gear. We hear you.
This is gonna get tricky. I'm detecting battle cruisers at the next base, and the Odin doesn't have strong anti-air capabilities.
Scramble more wraiths from the starport. If we have enough, we can handle those battle cruisers.
Now that was fun. Don't worry, old buddy. I'll give you some time to catch up. Well, I'll be. Those Dominion eggheads really thought of everything. Pardon me a moment.
Base is under attack.
All over me. Woo-hoo! Go ahead.
Base is under attack.
So it's been very important to put that last bunker there. As you've seen, the enemy does attack
Sure thing.
your rear of your base.
There we go. You ready yet?
And that Loki ship doesn't really have any AoE attack. It has a strong main attack, but pretty simplistic to destroy it.
Not enough minerals.
Roger that.
What's our target?
And as I said, this last base is air-orientated, so you need to make sure that you do have some anti-air with whatever decisions that you do end up going with.
I hope you're reading this, Jimmy, because I'm heading for the last base now.
Come to think of it, I could have done with Goliaths, but I figured, you know, just stick with Marines. Because they were cheaper at the time when I first started with forces, but actually with the science vessels it would have been maybe even a little bit better.
The Odin is in range. Fire the Yamato cannon. Hey, now that ain't fair.
Individually they're not so bad, it's when you have them grouped up all together, the ground and the air, hitting the Odin, that it can get problematic.
This is gonna hurt you a lot more than it's gonna hurt me. Oh yeah. You want some of this? Sure thing. Hello there. Now, how'd I miss this button with a skull on it? Ready.
No launch detected.
Get me orders? Oh, baby. You're in for a world of pain.
And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Pretty fast-paced, high action, but we did it. We kicked their butts.
Excellent. With the Odin secured, we can hit the UNN complex on Core Hall and make our broadcast.
Hey, can you hear me, Captain? Maybe next time you'll trust old Tychus with a little bit of mayhem.
That's about all I trust you with, Tychus.
So they have destroyed Loki, Engine of Destruction on normal, did it on brutal, really wasn't that difficult as you saw. And don't let the Odin drop below 30% health. You, on hard difficulty, there are some ways you can be more aggressive and take out the base with troops before the Odin gets there, which would probably be the way to do that with ease.
Well, you fought real good out there, Tychus. Your time in the freezer didn't dull your edge none.
Well, fear and violence always did bring out the best in me.
Have to admit, we always did make a good team.
Yeah. Well, that was until I went to prison and you went legit.
Right. So how does the Odin rate as a fighting machine?
Brother, it is the single greatest creation in the history of mankind. Striding around and dispensing righteous fury just about brought a tear to my eye. You just let me know when I can take it out for another spin.
You'll get your chance soon enough, old buddy. Don't you worry.
Ever wonder why Minx don't just send him ghosts to kill ya? You've been a thorn in his side for a long time.
Assassinating me just turned me into a martyr. He'd never be rid of me then. He needs to kill my reputation first.
Very good. You think clearly despite your hate for him. Of course, his patience has got limits too. Tread careful, Mr. Reyna. Someone on this ship is already working for Minsk. I can feel it.
This is Kate Lockwell reporting from UNN headquarters on Core Hall. Let's go to Donnie Vermillion on special assignment.
Kate, I'm very pleased to be talking to General Horace Warfield. General, I understand that Dominion forces will soon be showing off their newest weapon, the Odin war machine.
That's correct, Donnie. We'll show the Odin on the streets of Core Hall itself, with full coverage from your fine network.
General, Kate Lockwell here. I've heard rumblings about some sort of logistics trouble with the Odin's debut.
Now, Kate...
It's true, Kate. The Odin was delayed in shipping, and we briefly lost communication with the production facility. But it arrived safely, so we can go ahead with the unveiling.
You heard it here first. The Dominion unveiling new weapons of destruction on the streets of Korhal.
What is wrong with that woman? Tell her not to interrupt my interviews!
Your boy Horner is actually pulling this off. Gotta say, I'm mighty impressed.
Let's check out the mercenaries.
You came to the right place.
Nothing new in that regard.
The Dominion is getting into some pretty advanced weapons technology, but their biological sciences are still terrible.
Some extra credits, selling the offshoot to Mobius.
So, Swan, what are the chances we can build something like that Odin?
You nuts? No way we've got the facilities for mass-producing hardware on that scale.
And here I was thinking you could build anything, Swan.
Shoot. All right, forget the scale. I'm gonna figure it out, don't you worry. And I'll come up with something a damn sight more practical than that showpiece. You see if I don't.
And when we look into the Armory console, we have available Wraiths. Starting energy increased, and while cloaked, they can invade incoming attack 20% chance. Wraiths are useful against other air units, but we are going to go with the Goliaths, finish off their ground and air attack simultaneously. And multiple SCVs can build a structure that has some area of usage, as well as calling down mule ability, gaining a sweeper scan-wise. Orbital command can be useful, so we'll pick that up too. We have plenty of money.
Sir, when Tychus came back aboard the ship, I had the techs run a scan on him.
Matt, you need to get a hobby.
Seriously, sir. His suit contains a sophisticated transponder. If it receives the correct code, it'll shut down all his major organs. That suit is a death trap.
He's got a gun to his head.
And who's got their finger on the trigger? Mobius?
Tychus, what have you gotten yourself into?
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. This has been Mission 18. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.